Welcome to Spenny and the Nets, episode 246. We're joined by a very special guest today, former Brooklyn Net, former Indiana Pacer, former Xavier Musketeer, and currently playing for the Guangdong Southern Tigers of the CBA, Edmond Sumner. Edmond, welcome to the podcast.
Oh my God, I appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've had a former net on, but super happy to have you. So let's kick things off. You're in China right now. How is life with the Tigers?
It's good here. It's actually probably one of my favorite overseas seasons. The city we're in is warm. I'm from the Midwest, so I'm used to it being cold pretty much all the way up until end of spring, honestly. But it's been 60 to 70 degrees here since I've gotten here. Uh, and I'm on the better team, so winning always cures a lot of stuff. But honestly, yeah, this has been my favorite season by far. Just overall, like I'm less than 2 hours away from Hong Kong. So me and my family go across to Hong Kong. Like we just went to Disney the other day, take my baby for her birthday. Like I said, this definitely been enjoying this season.
Happy birthday to your baby.
I appreciate that.
You got it. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm a little jealous. We got the blizzard up here in the Northeast. We had what, 27 and a half inches of snow where I'm at. So
Yeah, I just
definitely.
checked my little ring cam. I don't got ring, but my little like security camera. I got snow. I live in Indy still. I got snow on the ground. I'm like, yeah, I'm not missing that right now.
Definitely jealous of the weather out there. So I guess, for those who are not as familiar with the Guangdong Southern Tigers, you mentioned you guys are winning right now. What's the hooping like out there?
As far as what, like just the league in general?
The league in general compared to, I guess, other leagues you played in overseas, and then,
Yeah,
of course, to the NBA.
right. Like I said, everybody can kind of play. The CBA is definitely it's a different league. People think like the NBA physical, Euro League's physical, but like this is like a different type of physicality over here. It's just the way maybe they're taught to play defense and what they allow. Most leagues wouldn't allow it. Like I said, each league, I feel like you have to be humble though, because I mean, just because you have success in the NBA doesn't mean you're gonna have success in your league. If you have success in your league, I mean, because they're all so uniquely different. Like the style of basketball is so different. And there's adjustment everywhere. And for me personally, I mean, I respect basketball. So no matter which league, I'm gonna respect their culture, their way that they do things. Like I said, it's different. I would say they try to tailor a little closer to the NBA style, but obviously it's like the talent isn't on the level of NBA, but more than like EuroLeague. Like EuroLeague is so like in Europe in general is like super tactical, like everything to the T, every little detail matters. Here, they try to play more faster. Um, yes, I would not saying it's the NBA, but their style of play is more closer to the NBA than I would say Europe. Uh, but the biggest difference, like I said, is like the physicality. What's a foul will really amaze you over here of like, I don't know. Some things is just like, bro, this is a foul no matter where you go. But over here, sometimes it's just not a foul, and you kind of got to adjust. But I feel like if you have the right mindset, you can have success. You see the numbers, but it's like you have other players who think that, okay, I did this, and that, and you come up here with this crazy ego, but like these dudes don't nobody play as hard as these Chinese guys over here. Like, I don't care what, like, they some of these guys' job is literally just to come in and play hard defense, get under your skin, foul you, do all this stuff for the whole game. So like you really haven't had to do. You got some players like that in the NBA to a certain T, but like it is different and like to a certain. It would humble you if you're not with the mindset of like, okay, I still gotta respect all my opponents. Like I said, once I got adjusted, though, I've been enjoying my time over here. Different style of basketball, obviously, but
No, that's good to hear. Okay, so a lot of enforcers, more enforcers in the CBA, and
more forces for sure.
and your advice is be humble. Don't go out there thinking, I've accomplished X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna be nice out here. Be humble and adjust yourself to the game and it'll work out. In terms of any other former NBA guys, were you able to connect with some of the former NBA guys out there playing in China while you're out there now?
Yeah, most of the guys have been in the NBA, like, because it's only pretty much four foreigners on each team, so it's not
Okay.
even a lot of jobs for foreigners. And most guys be having a lot of NBA experience. So obviously, when we see each other and play, that's kind of the only time you really connect because China plays the NBA schedule. It's just pretty much half of the NBA season. But we play every other day. Like if we were flying private like the NBA, we probably have back to backs. But obviously, you can't do that here. But look, we play every other day, so you're on the go pretty much the whole time. A couple of my teammates, even like Alize Johnson, I play with on the Pacers. He just signed over here. He's coming over here now. He's playing in the G League this year. Did a little preseason with Minnesota. Um, like I said, a lot of guys from the NBA comes over here. Like I said, out of the top leagues around the world, you got NBA, EuroLeague, then CBA. I mean, I'm the top. If you can make top dollar money, those are three top leagues as far as money wise. Now, obviously, you can your style of basketball to play, but at the end of the day, you're not playing basketball till you're 40, 50 years old. So you are trying to maximize your earnings over here, and it's a different type of grind. So it's a reason why players sign the CBA. They pay well.
They pay well. And by the way, Alize Johnson, former net, I also believe.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did
He,
sign with
he played he
I
played with
forgot
the
this.
Brooklyn
Yeah,
Brooklyn Nets for a minute. All right.
yeah.
Speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, Edmond, let's get into the NBA. Few years with the Pacers, 1 year with the Net. My first question is, do you have a welcome to the NBA moment, either in game or in practice, when you realize like, okay, I'm here now, the creme de la creme, top of the top, and do you have a moment that like a welcome to the NBA moment you can share with us today?
Let me see. Yeah, mine was probably the Magic. I'm having a brain. What's his name? Last name Ross. What's his first name? Jumper. Shoot.
Terrence Ross.
Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross. I think this might have been had to be during like the second season, maybe the injury, whatever. So you're not really playing much. Then we go to Orlando. And he's a guy like he comes off the bench, he's an instant spark, but like when he's on, like he's like really on. He's super athletic. He jumps super high on his jump shot, so you're not blocking his shots. You're really not getting a good contest. You're really hoping that he's missing. I remember we checked in, and I haven't really had like so many moments where I just felt like I was just overwhelmed defensively. Like with a player, I felt like he was just scoring, 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 scoring. But I remember vividly this game checking in. First play, they run like a double stagger off from him. He hit a three. We go some transition. Somehow they get it back. They pitch it back to him. Transition and 1 3. It was like one more possession. They did might be another stack. Once you hit two threes in a row, I'm a young guy. They're gonna NBA. They're gonna pick on you. They don't care. They're gonna go back at you. It's third time, fourth time, fifth time. They ran another. Think they did a Spain action. And I already knew the third three. I'm already looking at the sidelines. I know somebody was coming there from me. But like that one time, I really remember like my head is spinning. I didn't have a chance to even go get a bucket back. But Terrence Ross for sure welcomed me to the NBA. That was like one of the humblest experiences I ever had. Because ain't too many times, like, okay, you're going to get scored on here and there. But somebody could bucket, bucket, and threes. Now he almost scored 10 points on me within like 30 seconds, it felt like. That was definitely by far. And practice, you had those moments, but that like moment where like now I'm in front of the crowd. Now I'm feeling embarrassed. Like so much all that stuff. My head is spinning. I don't even think I checked back in that game. So I couldn't even redeem myself. So that moment for sure welcomed me to the NBA.
Was that in Indiana or in Orlando?
No, it was in Orlando.
It was in Orlando. So okay, home. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're away. Listen, I think that's an awesome one because obviously you can sit here and give me, a top five player of the league, and I think everyone would be like, okay, cool. Like I'm trying to think. You could say like KD or Luca or Steph or one of
Yeah.
these guys, but Terrence Ross was a bucket. Like Hoopers know that guy could score any team he was on. He was gonna get you a bucket, and that's an awesome answer. Like I like
Oh
that a
yeah.
lot. Terrence Ross, wow, Orlando. Okay,
Nah, yeah, I'm telling you, that's one of them guys, like you say, like the Jordan Clarks, like when them guys get on, they're pretty much unstoppable in the sense of people like you said, they always don't get it wrong. Them top guys, they for sure gonna let you know this is levels within the NBA. But I feel like the real humbling experience is guys that you maybe I mean, as a player, I know everybody. 1 through 15 when you in the NBA, but from fans watching, they just think guys are regulars. Like no, these guys are special. And you think it'd be these top guys. No, you go get matched up to somebody coming off the bench that probably can give you, it might not even be 40, but if you only playing 12 minutes, 13 minutes, this guy already got 15, 16 points on these limited minutes. That feels like 30, just like these stars who playing 30 some minutes. Like, so it's really equivalent when you, it's not literally, oh, he gave me 30, but in that moment, that base was 30 in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean that's his superpower. Guy was a microwave when he came off the bench. All right, you played for the Brooklyn Nets for one season in 2022-23. You were there at a very interesting time. Obviously, it was right before the core of the team and KD and Kyrie asked out. Then the Nets pivoted to that brief core of Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. Edmond, what do you remember most about that season in Brooklyn?
Uh, that was the realest NBA experience I've had. Like that was kind of me, like from everything, the good, the bad, everything. But when I got to the Nets, I really felt like that's what the NBA was really about. Like with the Pacers, everything was, it wasn't too much drama. Everything pretty ran by the book. Pretty much 1 through 15 is not treated the same, but pretty much they hold everybody to the same standard. Not too much, not really divvying from a lot. And I feel like as time was going, the Pacers was changing little stuff. Like when we got Malcolm, we got the transition after Vic, like just little stuff was changing from like you could say food, where we were staying at hotel wise was different. Like the Nets, like we stayed at the very best hotel everywhere. We always went to the best restaurants everywhere we went. Like we ate everywhere. They had the best chef I've ever had in my life. They had me trying foods I've never tried. Like it was literally the best experience I've had in a short time period. And you also seen the other side where I never had to have the patience of we being talked about every day on national television. You're dealing with so much different stuff. Like it was part of the reason why I signed up for it too. That's part of our me and my agent, some of the stuff that we discussed in the summer of like knowing some of the downfalls, well, not even say downfall, some of the negatives about the situation that could possibly occur, but could be a positive, especially someone like me coming off injury, trying to make a name for yourself, or like it is a chance that you might get thrown in the fire. And for me, I was willing to take that chance. I mean, so in the NBA, you really got to take chances anyway. You go sink or swim. Like I said, what me and my agent talked about, everything kind of happened to a T. We just didn't anticipate what happened, and then that second half of not getting a chance. Like
Yeah.
that's the one thing we just didn't understand. And that was kind of the worst experience for me. And like that's the only thing I just because I'm a truly humble and honest guy myself. So like when I'm not at the standard or somebody's outplaying me and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to doing, or just simple as that, like, okay, I can understand that. Hey, get in the gym, you gotta get better, you gotta work on whatever you need to work on. But when I turn the page and I'm outperforming a lot of players and the numbers is backing it, these other analytics numbers is backing it, and I can't get a reason besides the numbers game. Like it was just like hard for me at that stage. Like I said, I was getting a little older, and the time was now. Like as you've seen, I mean, and it's too many guys in this world that can play. Like I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm just the world's greatest player. Like it's probably less than 20 guys, honestly. If you took everybody contract away, it's like 20 guys that you could say we brought in our whole world again, their jobs are just guaranteed to be NBA players. It's not the margin isn't as big. It's just not as big as people think. Outside of maybe okay, 5 guys on the team, 6 guys, and no contracts involved. 8 through 16, 17 is not everybody's pretty much a specialist around there. If somebody's just
Right.
40% three-point shooter, okay, that's his job. But as far as you just talking about overall talent, you can see it. Like you can see it when guys, when the star players are out, you can see how a guy like me can play a little bit better when you got more freedom to play 30 minutes versus a guy that's just maybe, yeah, I could play well with KD and Kai because I'm a 40% catch and shoot 3 point. I know they're gonna get all the gravity, and all I gotta do is sit there and catch and shoot. Like you can see all this. So it's just like I don't know, like the NBA is just different. And I know you watch a lot, so you honest fans may not everyone may not understand because you just think, oh, this guy's not any big because he just wasn't talented enough or this and that. But it's just the margin is so small. There's not that many jobs, and bro, you got some 17 or 18 or respect that you. if you're not no star player, you can easily be replaced. And
Right.
I was always humble about that. And I just know like that time it was like, no, this is my time. And that's why it bothered me so much because I knew that like you don't keep just getting chance after chance after chance after chance. Like that's just not how the NBA works for real.
Well, listen, I'll be remiss. When the Nets signed you that year, I didn't know much about your game. I hadn't watched a lot of Indiana Pacers basketball prior to you coming over from Indiana. But I will say, I really liked the minutes that you gave us in the first half of that year. You were one of the few guys where whatever changed around you, whatever lineups they put you in, your confidence never wavered. And I always felt like you were one of the only guys on that team who gave us your all out there. And I can speak for a lot of fans when I say, because I'm on Nets Twitter. I communicate with like hundreds of Nets fans. Despite you only being with us for that 1 year, I felt like you were kind of a fan favorite. Like, did you feel when you got in the game the Nets fans kind of fucked with you?
No, for sure. I definitely felt the love. Even like that's what I say. I appreciate everything, the whole experience. Even they was like because regardless, they gave me an opportunity. Especially after Achilles, bro. I didn't know if I could even get a shot back in the NBA after that. Like you said, like my only real year was the year with the pace where I played consistent minutes and performed. But like I said, I felt the love. I haven't seen like I don't search my name. I don't do it just because it could cloud your mind with a lot of stuff. You got trolls, all type of stuff. But like I said, I would see the positive stuff, even when things weren't like, hey, okay, why we're not winning. Like when I got 10 straight DNPs, 15 straight DNPs, it was just like I felt fans just mentioning my name. For me, somebody in my position, like I said, I don't got the biggest name, but for people that have that type of support, even seeing like bro, I showed up no matter what. Like people don't know half the stuff that really that I was having to go through. Like not being in rotation, like especially in the midst of a season, you gotta practice. You don't really practice. So the 8, 9 guys that's playing are getting all the walkthrough minutes. I'm standing on the sideline. We having shoot around. We don't have morning shoot around. We would come in, say 7 o'clock game. I'm not say we come in at 4 o'clock to do a pregame shoot around instead of having the morning shoot around. I would get no reps. I would go through my little pregame and I get a little good workout in, or we have stay ready. It's times when we were going back in the huddle, it's 60 minutes on the clock, and somebody's out, and they're telling me that I got to start that night. And I just had to turn off, like, bro, I was just about to get a DNP. I have to start now and guard because starting and come off the bench and not all three of those are just like three different totally things. One, now I'm checking a starter, which is different, versus me coming off the bench, you're checking the backup. All that matters. My role in that start lineup is going to change. So, but like just not knowing uncertainties, you're not getting no reps, but you just always gotta be ready because the moment that I don't play well or I don't do something, see or just like that, you can be replaced or get kicked out. Especially if I was on, I think I wasn't on a guaranteed contract. Bulls just like a lot of that and always having to stay ready. But I'm not kind of pride myself on that. I got a little older once I realized nobody cares about none of that. Like no excuses. At the end of the day, you in this exclusive job. Uh, you gotta put your hat on. But me seeing fans appreciate me just showing up after Achilles. Like I didn't miss many games for as far as like injury wise. If I did get DNP, like I was showing up and my body was adjusting. That don't mean I was just feeling great. Like I didn't start playing basketball until maybe like a few days before that preseason game. Because when I got to the Nets, they basically wind me back. So I didn't get no 5-on-5 in the summer, no preseason training, like right before training camp, no 5-on-5. I went into training camp on basically a non-guarantee, not knowing like, and can I even get up and down anymore? So I had to go on the training camp, have my body adjust, get my confidence back. All like I'm trying to deal with all this. My first time ever not being on the guaranteed contract. Uh, like I said, my experience was great. Like the net staff was the best training staff I've ever been on. My body has never felt no better. Everything about it, I appreciate the fans. Like that little stretch that we had them little 3 games, like that was one of my most favorite games, just from like the fans still showed up. It was live in there. They were into the game, still cheering, even post leaving I mean, post KD and Kai. Uh, like all those little moments. So that's why I say, even me. okay, they didn't pick up my option. Like I still would appreciate them for everything, the staff, the fans, because you feel love. Even now, like fans still respond. I love New York food. Like I'm addicted to the job. I just tweeted like I'm really addicted to that stuff. I go to New York just to eat. And it's times I'm not saying I'm Mr. Popular, but people still see me and they still come up to me and speak to me and still. So I definitely feel love, and Nets was definitely they have great fans, honestly.
Yeah, no, I listen, our star players have come and gone, but I feel like there's a different kind of respect you have for the role guys that, adjust whatever they have to do to play with the stars or come off the bench. And I think this is a great segue because I looked at your year with the Nets and you had a few 20-point games. Like you had a 29 piece against Washington in a win, 24 against Detroit, 23 against the Clippers, and 21 points against your former team, the Pacers, in a 136-133 win on December 10th in 2022. Do you remember any of those big games? Did any of those games stick out to you?
Yeah, I mean, kind of all of them, because Detroit, that's my hometown. Pacers, obviously my former team. Uh, that Washington game was literally like right after the trade. And that game was just so crazy. I remember I got some DMPs right before that, and I remember flying out my trainer. I just wanted to get some extra work. Like I didn't know about the Kai situation, nothing that was going on. Just remember just flying out my trainer, just wanted to get some extra work. We come in that night, and literally all that news break as we're just about to start working out. Um, I remember seeing Kai, he was in the training room getting some treatment. I remember seeing Jock Vaughn walking in. So obviously I knew, all right, something's going on. But then my trainer had kind of told me the news had broke. But I don't know, that's why I feel like God, everything just works in a weird way that one, I'm in the gym and now I'm about to, I know all this happened. I'm starting tomorrow. And then I have a good game. Like it's a full circle moment. Then the Clippers game, my family flew out. So it was just great for my family to go to Barclays, see me have a good game like that. So that was all great. The Pacer game though for me was definitely my favorite game though, like by far. Just the whole, cause I love the Pacers. They literally changed my life. But like, just remember going there and I'm knowing we was basically gonna get a lot of playing time because we're gonna rest some guys. I remember seeing though like fans like kind of mad about it. Because we had lost to the Pacers while we like full strength two times. Like when we had our full squad, we lost to them two times, and they were playing everybody. So you kind of know them guys probably a little relaxed, like all right, it's about to be an easy win. But I got to stay at night at my house, slept in my bed, got a good night's rest. I don't know, I was just pumped for this game. I remember just visualizing like, nah, I got to have a good game. It was just going like perfect, honestly. So for us to go in there, especially young guys, and mix in with some guys that wasn't playing with some vets, Patty, and it was a great game. It was a good bump for sure. But that's my favorite game for sure.
That's the NBA too. Like any given night, don't count the underdog, right? We've seen the Oklahoma City Thunder this year lose to the Indiana Pacers. Like it happens, man. The best team in the
Yeah,
league can lose to a team with their backups any night. But that's awesome, and thank you for giving me some of the context behind those games. I mean, as a fan, that season was not the most fun. We started as a title contender, we ended as a fringe playoff team.
hmm
But you gave us a few bright moments in a pretty dark season, and as a fan who I don't miss Nets games. Like I think I've watched every single Nets game for the last 5 or 6 years. I just wanted to thank you for those moments that you gave us because with everything going on, it was nice to see Edmond Sumner pop off a few times in December and January, whenever those games were. So I wanted to thank you for that.
yeah, that was no, I appreciate that for sure. I don't know, but that December, what was it? End of November, December, that was a nice run though.
You did. I mean, we won a
What,
few games before
what,
before everything hit the fan.
we go 18-2, I think. We was on the run.
Something crazy.
That's
So I
why it
guess
was.
listen, I'll ask you one more question. You can keep it broad. It's totally up to you about the Nets. Why did things ultimately fail with that KD Kyrie core? And even if you want to start with Harden being there too, either way works. But I ask everybody this, and I'm always interested to hear different perceptions. Obviously, you were closer to the locker room. Just curious, why did things go south and everyone eventually requested out?
Honestly, I really don't. I feel like it's just more personal between them. Like the situation was Kai. Like obviously, I don't know if him and the management was seeing eye to eye. So I feel like it wasn't with the teams or the players. Like I genuinely, but like I tweeted out something maybe early this year in the summer about like how well the team was like meshing and gelling. Like I've been on all those Pacers teams, like I said, the dinners, guys just hanging out with each other. Like when I'm saying hang, I mean like 15 players. Like I've never. It was just like we all was getting along. We all enjoyed playing with each other. We all didn't like the roles. Like you, we all knew our roles. So it wasn't like, oh man, these guys are bumping heads. Nobody's bumping heads. I just feel like at the end of the day, we all are humans. We have our personal lives, and that personal part of what's going on with Kai and all that situation. I just feel like that trumped any of the other basketball stuff. The hard stuff I wasn't there for, but so I remember like we played the Celtics. We got cooked at the right when KD got hurt. We played Celtics at the Celtics. And we got cooked that game. But I remember Kyle like, taking back like I gotta be better leader and all that. So like he was with the team.
Right.
Like I said, that personal stuff, which I can't speak because I'm not in the conversation, I'm not in the rooms with them. I just feel like that Trump. I don't feel like it had nothing to do with the team, nothing to do with him and KD. They was with each other all the time, hung out, meshed, they never had no problems. Like I said, with them conversations that was going on beyond the basketball part, just trumped what was going on. Like I said, it sucked because I really wanted to see that year through myself. 'Cause stuff happened. I don't know, you just never know. I don't know. It's like we was playing well, was playing good basketball. And then KD, I mean, I can't fault him for wanting to leave as well.
Right. Right.
I mean, your running mate who you signed with, basically, okay, he acts out. I mean, since you didn't sign up for it, so I mean, like I said, I can't blame him for that. Uh,
Yeah. No, I
like his
I
time,
I
he
get
moved
it.
on.
And I think I mean, every Nets player from those seasons who have spoken about Kai and KD, they've said they're the most supportive teammates in the world. So it kind of always goes back to it definitely was Kai versus management, and then by then KD was pretty much done once Kai was gone. So that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, looking at this current version of the Nets team, I mean, five rookies, which to me seems unheard of. Sean Marks takes Jaeger, Joman, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, Ben Sarath, and Danny Wolf all in the first round. Nets are expected to have a top six pick next year, barring any significant changes to the lottery odds. They'll probably get one through six. Um,
Mhm.
are you optimistic? Like this is the way to build a contender in the NBA? What would you tell fans in terms of, we're watching this team lose by essentially 30 every night. Michael Porter Jr. was our best. He is our best player. He hasn't been as good recently.
Mhm.
Is this the right way to build a team in the NBA? What are your thoughts on this current version of the Brooklyn Nets?
Uh, I feel like you do. I mean, the draft is if you're not going to get no big free agents. Uh, I don't know. New York is such a great market. Feel like they could turn the page, especially show some young guys that's showing promise, and somebody's going to sign to the Brooklyn Nets. You guys got great fans. I mean, it's a reason why them guys chose to stay there. And it wasn't just pure basketball and why they left. Like I said, it was other stuff behind the closed doors that none of us know about, honestly. But I mean, the young guys, I feel like that probably is a route because you're gonna have to find a cornerstone young guy that's gonna be able to pretty much start the rebuild. You look at most of these teams, they kind of pretty much started in the draft or made a significant trade like OKC for a promising young guy that's maybe want another team may want they want the veterans like whatever. And Clippers made the trade for who they trade them for
They
again?
traded Paul George for Paul George.
Paul
That was the
George, Paul
yeah.
George. It's like one of those type of trades and start drafting around one of those guys. We say we got five rookies. I mean, they all interesting. I haven't watched a lot of Nets games, but I've seen most of them. But I've seen that they definitely a couple. One of the guys trained with the same guy trained with Joey Burton. So I think he was playing well. Was Trayer. Uh,
Traore, the kid from France.
yeah, he's been playing well, right? His numbers been looking
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah,
the last few.
he's been what he's been doing better is I think the game slowed down for him a little bit. So
Yeah.
he was on the big league squad to start the year. He played a little bit in the G League, kind of found his
Hmm.
footing, and then that second come up when he's been playing with the Nets again, you can see he's starting to touch the paint. He's usually the quickest guy on the court. So that's his
Yeah.
superpower. Like he's very
Yeah.
quick off the dribble. So he's touching the paint, he's finding guys for open threes. And he can obviously improve in terms of his touch around the rim, his 3-point shot, but in terms of the last few months, I think he's played better than any other rookie, even the
Yeah.
number 8 pick, Jaeger Jonas.
No, yeah. I don't know. But like I said, Brooklyn, and then as far as organization wise of like how they prioritize the players, what I was saying, like from having I think they have the best chef in the NBA. You practice the like, have you been in the practice facility?
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
beautiful.
that's dope. Like every
Yeah.
practice you see that the views while you practicing, like that's fire. Like the arena is great. You get you some spicy rigatoni after the game. Like so I feel
Where
like
where where are
players
you
want
getting spicy rigatoni after the game?
you
Oh, you're saying the
so
chef.
no, the I forgot the name of the little restaurant that's inside Barclays, like right at
Okay.
the I can't forget the name, but they literally got the same basic menu as Carbone too. So we never
Nice.
had to go to Carbone. We literally get the spicy rigatoni after the game. I'm telling you, I was going crazy with the spicy. Get some spicy rigatoni. Even if not, but like you're so plugged in Brooklyn, like Carbone, man, I think their reservations is on like a year. Like again, I'm from Indy. I ain't from Indy, but I was just in Indy. Like we got a couple steakhouses, but like, man, they not you can get reservation pretty much anywhere. But as a player, we still can get in like right after the game. You have those type of connections. But like from Carbone, you talking about their reservations a year out. If I call today, I can go right the same day. Like that was just so unusual from all these different connections, anywhere you wanted to go. So I know these superstars with their type of their names behind them, and like I feel like if you go on a whatever a free agent visit or whatever you want to call it out, I feel like Brooklyn can wow them if they have obviously the right pieces to show like you can be our main piece and help us get to the agenda, but obviously you have to show that they're going to have some help or whatever the
Right.
case. If that's a young guy that's didn't have a breakout season or something like that, but Brooklyn is a good destination, especially
I
when
love to hear
you
that.
making that type of money. Not from minimum guys though, because that rent it was breaking my heart every month, just the regular. So, but them type of guys, the stars, superstars, you can't beat it. And then the type of deals, the marketing, you're in the pretty much front of everything being in New York. Uh, and we were there while we had KD and Kai. We were beating the Knicks as well, so we were the better team at that time. So it's not like obviously Knicks is Knicks. You're not their history is their history, but you're right there, man. And I'm saying, there's a reason why I feel like them guys chose Brooklyn. And
Wow, I love to
it'll
hear
it'll
that.
take
I mean,
one more
you're giving me
superstar.
gold right here, Edmund. This is awesome.
I'm telling you, no, I'm not even gassing. Like bro, it's great. Yeah, I done spoke with all these other guys, my old teammates. When you get new teammates and you speak about basically the previous team. So like even like for me, Malcolm Brogdon, when he came to the Pacers, he spoke about Milwaukee. So we know, like obviously I wasn't with Milwaukee, but we know how it was ran. Oh, they got 3 or 4 meals a day, this and that. And you all right, Pacers, we wasn't at that time, we was getting a couple meals. So it was like little things that you hear from all these organizations. Then for me going to Brooklyn and comparing it to all the other stories, it's like I feel like they're in the tier one of NBA teams and how they run their organization. And from the medical staff, I don't think no one is better than them and what they provide. The Pacers, I think we had on on daily basis, I think we had maybe 2 massage therapists. It's every day they had four. Like you don't care 1 through 17, you always get a massage. We go on the road, it was always enough massage therapists just for you. Like it's nothing that you would ever need. My family, they took so much care. Like it was amazing from just making sure they felt like they was part of the organization. Like all the little stuff that like some people may not think matter. And the Pacers did a great job too. That's why I love them to death because like your family's a big part, and we miss so much time away from our families. And I feel like some people just think we're robots because you make X amount of dollars, but like yeah, it's part of the sacrifice. We all know that comes with it, and it's people who go through way worse stuff than we go through. It's not even close, but pretty much missing all this time away from your family on the road all this time, like it starts to get to you after a certain while. But the way they included my family was amazing. I just felt like it didn't matter. Oh, we got Kevin Durant on the team. You got Edmond Sumner, who's on a non-guarantee. They treated my family amazing. Like so much respect. Didn't matter who it was, my niece and nephews, my mom, my wife, my baby when she came here, they welcomed. So it was just, I feel like those little things just shows me that they're a great organization. And like they made them just as much of a priority as Edmond Sumner, and I was the NBA player, and like little stuff like that. And
Yeah.
for some people, that matters.
No,
Like
for
so,
sure. That's awesome to hear. It's every player who's spoken about the Nets has raved about the medical staff, has raved about, the facilities, and I think I've heard that sentiment too, that they take care of the families. I just want what the Pacers had last year. I want to get to
I
the
know.
championship. We're a little bit far from there right now, given our roster, but
Yeah,
I just everything that everyone raves about the Nets. I want that. Our second round is
yeah.
is the is the is the best we've done, and we lost to that Bucks team that won the championship. One more quick question for rapid fire. Have you been paying attention to college hoops this year?
Yeah, here and there, because there's
A
some
little
college players
bit.
that I know. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Who
Who
you
are
got?
some
Who you got your
guys?
eye on?
I don't know, man. Obviously, the top three with DeBonsa, Peterson, and Cambuser, like I think DeBonsa would fit so well with this Nets team in terms of the future.
What place is the Nets right now?
So the Nets, I think, are 4 or 5. So they would be right outside the top three, or maybe they're three, but they're right. They're in the bottom
Because
five
I don't
teams
know
right
how a
now.
lot. I be seeing the fans go. I don't really
It's
know how like the
yeah,
lottery, how the ball and all that stuff work.
basically, the
Honestly.
way it works is the worst record team will have better odds at the first pick, and then so on and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. So it's not a guarantee that the worst team gets the number
Mm-hmm.
one pick, but they just have better odds.
Okay.
I guess, like, is there anyone that you're seeing? There's a lot of names, right? Darius Acuff Jr., Mikel Brown
Yeah.
Jr., Kingston Flemings, Caleb Wilson. Is there anybody that you see that you really like, that you think like they can really change a franchise and be a generational guy?
Yeah. I mean, when I like I said, I like all my young guys. But I like DP. I know if
Okay.
everybody got the red flags right now with the not playing, but hey, man,
He's cold.
I'm sorry.
He's nasty.
Man, this the way he's scoring, and you can tell like he's not. I know fans, they're college fans, like you want them to play, but again, we all don't know what's going on. It could be some other stuff as a player, especially as a young guy. Like, man, there's not a lot of players that don't want to play basketball. So it'd be crazy when I be feeling like fans really feel like players like I don't want to play basketball. Like I done been around because I have my own AAU team, so I done been around some of these guys now that's in college while they were in AAU. And first of all, you talk to other coaches and people around them in their circle, and the basketball world isn't as big as it actually is because I mean I feel like somebody knows somebody. So again, I didn't been around, so I know these little this he loves basketball. He's not, oh, I don't want to. He's not ducking no smoke from nobody. He's not scared of no matchups. Oh, he's trying to protect his stock. What if he's really hurt? Whatever the case may be, whatever, and he tears something up, and now he goes from this because injuries change people. Like, yeah, you can come back, you don't have to change again, you can get back to a certain number, but it's going to change who you are as a player. And now, from him going to this generational talent, now what if he's just a good NBA player? Yeah, he still probably can make a lot of money, but it could change everything about his career. Um, like I said, I like DP, A Cup from my hometown.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know that them numbers is just too efficient to just look
Freshman
past.
guards under Calipari, man. They just put on.
Oh man, I was happy when because I knew Calipari. A lot of it is about someone allowing you to be who you are. That's the same thing with the NBA as well, though. Like going to an organization that's like, okay, we want you to have the ball and create and do all this and that. But you also go to a team that maybe if they have their guy, they might have you got to take a back seat. And now you're not playing a game that you're comfortable with, so you're not going to look as good. Um, But I like AJ. I'm all guys AJ as well. I like the fact, I mean, he's playing on a nightly basis. You're seeing you're seeing him have an okay game and respond. All that matters too, because you want to see somebody hit adversity. Because I mean, you're gonna hit adversity, especially you get to the NBA. I don't care who you are. We just seen the best of the best hit some type of adversity and have to pivot and change. So I like to kind of see some guys hit some adversity and see how you respond. Because we talking about franchise players, all these, we throwing around generational talent. Some guys you expect to pretty much make an impact right away to winning. But I don't know if y'all can get in that top four. The kid was Caleb. Is it Caleb Wilson?
Caleb Wilson's UNC, and then Cam
Man,
Boozer's Duke.
I just heard he just fractured his hand. He told me he coming
Yeah,
back in a week or something.
I didn't see he's
That's a
coming back
different.
that soon.
Yeah, I think it said
Oh
like
wow,
look March 4th, early March or something. I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know how you can. I mean, fractures kind of heal differently, but that's pretty soon. But that's the mindset right there. I feel like them top five, man. I don't know. They all good choices. The Boozer twin. I haven't seen much of him. I just haven't watched much of Duke, and then it just be hard sometimes the time difference. But I feel like any of those. I really want to see the which out of your five rookies that like kind of separates themselves, because that's gonna probably
determine who we yeah. Well, that's
determine
the
who
issue.
guys take, what draft. I mean, like who other free agents? Because I mean, one of them gotta take it to a level where it's like, okay, I'm different from the other four. Or you might have a
Yeah,
couple. You never know. It's one of the fans be mad, but it's like this is a good year to throw them in the fire because now you come in a year two like, well, we just gave you a whole year of real playing, like not spot minutes. Like y'all
real
really
yeah,
a lot of minutes to adjust. Like you said, the one kid was the pace is slowing down for him and stuff like that. I mean, because you like once you play a lot of minutes, and for me as a player, that's what you want. Because now you can say, I can't sit back and say, oh, I didn't get a chance. If I didn't play 40 plus straight games of playing 20 minutes, 15 plus, like consistently, like I should get better. I should show that I'm improving at something. And that's a fair evaluation for me versus the, okay, here go 5 minutes. Let me
right.
sit you 10 games. Because it's hard to kind of get better within that because you lose confidence too in yourself. But
Yeah, I think I'll give Coach Jordy Fernandez credit. He's given the kids time. Like every single one of these
mhm,
rookies. I mean, Ben Saraf, who's in the G League right now, he started the year as a starter for the Nets. So they got
mhm,
thrown in the fire right away.
yeah,
Jaeger Joman has the one question mark with him is can he shoot the three, and he's been a really
he
good
did the
shooter.
opposite. Yeah, yeah, I know. I've been
He did
seeing
the
that. Yeah,
exact opposite. So he's been nice. I mean, listen, I'm a fan, so I'm looking at it from a completely different perspective. But I see how good this rookie class is, right? With Cooper Flagg and VJ Edgecombe and Derek Queen Jr. and
yeah,
Cedric Coward in Memphis, and we've seen flashes from these guys, right? I think if anything, Traore has played the best in terms of complete games, but
mhm,
like you said, I don't think anyone has kind of has really eclipsed anybody else. Like I don't think
mhm,
Joman and Traore are kind of right there. Right below them, Danny Wolf and Drake Powell. They're coming off the bench, but they're getting minutes. I mean, they're getting 16, 20.
yeah,
Like Danny Wolf's playing a lot. So yeah, we'll see with this last quarter of the season what they can do. By the way, Caleb Wilson, March 7th against
yeah.
Duke.
No, I
Against Duke
and
is when he wants to come
see,
back.
it's so and I don't know. These kids are different. You can see the competitiveness. Uh, because that's a big thing. You gotta know. Now they're making money. Like these kids is making real money in college. So the hunger, that's something I'm like. I'm excited to see how like all of it plays out because like some of these kids already gonna have millions of dollars stepping into the NBA.
Right.
Like, do y'all lose the hunger after year four, year three? Where you like, I don't really need this is too much. Like, so I'm definitely intrigued to see that. But like, how these kids, the competitiveness, the readiness of some of these guys, I mean, it's impressive to me. I don't know.
And yeah, and the thing, I think it was Jay Billis who said, but like the easy thing for Darren Peterson would be to shut it down for the rest of the year. And I don't think
That's what I'm literally.
anyone would really care. But the kid's going out there. If he's hurt and he's not talking, he's playing. Like he's suiting up, he's lacing them up. Um,
Man,
if you have the number one pick and you're the Brooklyn Nets, which way do you go?
I'm going Darren Pearson though, man. I don't know. It's
Different.
that's like they got him playing a one, but I think he's a two.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That two guard, I feel like that's where you start around, man. And I don't know. I'm taking that's like you say. I'm a player, so I understand the like. Man, I'm gonna keep playing through because I literally did. I'm not saying I'm him or not, but like in college, I literally kept playing. I tore my label and I kept playing because just like your competitiveness, I didn't want the backlash of me shutting it down because I wanted to go to the NBA. Like you feel all that, man. This guy, man, he been the consensus number one for a little minute, one or two, either or. It doesn't, man. Yeah, it matters a little bit, but from the competitiveness, saying I'm the number one pick, but he could shut it down. He's still going to be that guy. Like y'all are bashing this kid like he's still going out there playing first half, one half or not. But we're not in this room. Like it could be so much more stuff going on that we don't know about. And then all of a sudden, it's God forbid something would happen. I was like, oh, we feel sorry. You don't feel sorry for him. You really don't
Right.
care. Like
Right. You were just
he's
talking
going out
smack
there and
about him,
play.
man.
Okay. And then what happened? They go to the tournament. He go on this insane run and play every game. I bet you no one says anything about it. We don't know
Yeah.
what can happen in these next month or so. Okay, let's let it play out. And if it doesn't play out the way we want to, okay. And you go to the NBA and turn up, nobody's gonna care about the college. So that's how I feel, man. Now I'm not in these team meetings. I don't know how these GMs thinking, but they not thinking how these fans thinking, these college fans. You thinking these people care about, yeah, they can care about the competitiveness and all that, but they gonna really get real information, not no Twitter information, not about somebody saying, well, I heard this, I saw this guy texting, I took a picture. Like, man, people would just be people are liars for one, have fake
Right.
information. Like, come on. NBA got a lot of resources. These people, they be talking to people that you would have no idea. So okay, they're gonna do their due diligence and figure out what it is. But I don't think it's gonna affect him. And he's too good. You gotta take him. I don't know. You gotta roll that dice because don't
Yeah. No,
I like the T. I
I've
don't know, man.
I've flip flopped between him and AJ all year.
They
I can't
both
make up
good
my mind.
though, man.
They're
But
yeah, they some of the moves that like I forget what the game was, but a few weeks ago I flipped on Kansas and Peterson had like 12 straight points and it was effortless, right? Like we're talking
first
like
year.
yeah, like a different level. Like it looked like he was varsity and whoever he was playing was JV. And then DeBonsa on the other hand, DeBonsa looks like, I don't want to people keep saying Tracy McGrady. I don't see it, but
Mhm.
he's 6'9". He's deadly from the mid range, and then some of his moves to the basket are just like whoo, whoo, like Euro
At
at
that
that
size, he
size,
moves so
just
fluid.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
No.
split, but you like DP. Okay. All right.
Hey,
Edmund,
but
this has
hey,
been awesome.
man,
Oh no, I'm
they
with you.
both gone. You
They're
know.
both
But me personally, I'm gonna just
sorry.
I like DP a little bit, man.
DP. All right, DP's the guy. Okay. Edmund, this has been awesome. We're gonna end the show with a rapid fire. I got 10 questions and take as long as you need on them, but they're gonna come quick. Are you ready?
Hmm.
And for those watching, this is my needy dog, Homer. If I didn't pick him up, he would have barked at me through the rapid fire. Okay, here we go. Who is an NBA player early on in your hooping days who you wanted to model your game after, or someone you just looked up to
When I was younger,
when you were younger? Yeah.
like I said, I was a Kobe fan.
Okay.
But what's crazy, I'm from Detroit, so I mean the Pistons were my hometown team. I was a Rip Hamilton fan. I was outside of Kobe. That was my favorite player. I wore 32 because of him. I love the way he's running off the little floppy actions, little bitty, had the braids. That's really my guy. I told somebody else that they laughed at me, but Rip Hamilton had games, and I don't care. I'm standing on that. That was like,
I that was when I fell in love with basketball. It was like 03, 04. I was obviously with the New Jersey Nets, but everyone knew Richard Hamilton. Like, yeah, he was one of those guys, one of the best players with the ball not in his hands.
yes.
Ridiculous off ball movement. All right, number two, favorite away NBA arena to play in.
Uh, man, it's crazy. I'm gonna say the Pistons just because it's my hometown.
Okay.
Uh, that's as far as just basketball wise. I love Golden State for all the food, like everything. They just have a 5-star, like top notch facility. But then Cleveland, it's like call it all together. It's a lady. I don't remember her name, but she always brought cookies for all. I think she does for every game.
Okay.
Like every game, for the most delicious cookies I've ever had, homemade. So I always loved going there. I knew after the game I'd get a little box of cookies, man. It was amazing.
The cookies in Cleveland. All right. Number three, most talented teammate you've ever had.
Most talented teammate. I mean, probably between KD and Kai.
Between those two guys, Katie and Kai.
Yeah,
Okay.
1A, 1B.
One A,
They
one B.
special.
Number four, what's the most points you've ever scored in a game at any level?
I think maybe like 55.
Was that high school?
Nah, that was in the CBA.
CBA. Oh, you scored 55 in the
Yeah.
CBA?
Yeah, high school, I wouldn't. My coach, that's why I feel like I was adapted quick. I mean, I was get like 30, but he wouldn't let me just shoot there. You know what I'm saying? We had to play team ball and stuff like that.
I gotta find that 55 point game highlight reel. That's nasty. 55? No shit.
Yeah, it was a little
Um,
different last year.
who is the funniest teammate you've ever had? Guy that just made you laugh.
Uh, man. Period. Not just NBA. You
Period.
talking NBA?
Anywhere. Yeah.
College.
Shout out
NBA or
somebody.
college?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. College. My teammate Andrew Mitchell, which is my best friend, but I don't know, you know how some guys just like naturally funny, like not
Yeah.
forcing it, but they just naturally funny. Yeah.
All right. Shout out Andrew Mitchell. Um, who is the toughest player you ever had to defend in the NBA? Guy that gave you fits.
Uh, I don't know, I feel like Toast matchup probably was Steph Curry.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's funny. Like
It's
right
just
now,
yeah,
the way things are going in the NBA, you kind of forget about Steph because he's not playing as much. The Warriors aren't as good, but yeah,
crazy. They
that must have been a nightmare, especially off ball because he's a guy he can kill
that's
you
what I'm
on the ball,
talking
he can
about.
kill
It's
you
not
off the
even
ball.
on the ball. Like that's
Yeah.
not I ain't never been so tired in a game. Like
You're just running cardio at that point when you're covering him.
literally no leg.
Best coach you've ever had at any level.
My high school coach, Kurt Keener.
Okay. Shout out Kurt Keener. Coolest moment you had in the NBA, like you're shining sort of like this, where you're like, this was fucking cool.
I feel like the first game I've ever popped off end of the season. I think maybe my year two against Atlanta. Then I had to hit three free throws to ice like to win the game down two. That was cool. That was like wow, I just really did this in the NBA. Like that was cool though, yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Two more questions. Number nine, favorite restaurant to eat at during your time in Brooklyn?
Emilio's or Carbone for a second.
Emilio's.
But
What,
Emilio's
what was the second one? Carbone?
Carbone.
Okay.
But Emilio's that ravioli, man. I I I don't know what they do that I was like 1A, 1B, but I'm gonna put Amelia at 1A. Me and my wife traveled to New York last summer just to eat there. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I bought
That's
a ticket, like, let's just go to New York to eat for the weekend. Like, literally.
I love that. Hey, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go to New York. And then the final question, number 10, who wins the NBA championship this year?
Ah, man, I don't even know, but I'm gonna throw dice. I'm gonna say my young guys down the Pistons gonna shock some people, man. Pull it off.
Cade Cunningham, Jalen
Cade gonna
Duren.
go crazy. Playoff run gonna show he different. Probably gonna win MVP.
He should. I mean, he doesn't miss
So
games like these other guys miss games. He doesn't miss games.
they might shock. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's hard for teams to repeat too nowadays. Just with so much stuff. But I don't know. The healthiest team gonna probably win. So we have to see how the season plays out and stuff like that.
Okay, you heard it here first. Detroit or the healthiest team. Hopefully, Detroit stays healthy. Edmond Sumner, thank you so much for coming on the pod. This was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Spenny and the Nets, episode 246. We'll see you next week.